Hello, welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner, Classics slash Non-Classics. This is episode number 220 and Doubleshot number 153. First up, Gotham Academy Volume 2, Calamity by Becky Cohen and Brandon Fletcher with artwork by Carl Critchlow and Maju Helen Chen. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. This book contains issues 7 through 12 and the sneak preview issue that came out during Convergence. This book is kind of a bit of a step down from the first trade, but it's still pretty good. You get guest star appearances from Clayface, who was written really well in here, who comes here because he comes in because of all the play. You also get, in the first issue you have Damian Wayne make a guest star appearance. You also have Tim Drake. There's appearance in here by, I think, Batman. Let me double check and see who else is in here. There's a few different guest stars in here, but it's nice the fact that because it's set in Gotham, they have to have big appearances by Clayface and now Damian was only in here just for one issue only, but he does come back for the Robin War tie-in, but it's nice to see him appear in the series. I really wished he would have guest starred in more issues than just like 2 and coming back for Robin War, but this is still pretty good. I give this book a 9 out of 10. It's still pretty good, despite I think it's a bit of a step down from the first trade, but it's still pretty good. Alright, this is a book that is kind of be controversial to talk about because not a lot of people like this story at all. Batman Volume 7, Superheavy by Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo, containing the sneak preview issue and issues 41 to 45. Yep, it's Batmech or Robo-Batman or Chappie Batman. Yes, Jim Gordon as Batman, and the main villain in here is Mr. Bloom. Makes his debut in issue 43, issue 44, which when it came out, I made them one because I love that issue. Because some people are saying it took place during Zero Year. No, completely wrong. That took place after Zero Year, not during, after. Now that story, the issue 44, the artwork in that one is done by Jock. Greg Capullo does the rest of the artwork in here with Danny Menke and Fu Bachita. I think it's how you pronounce the person's name. Yeah. Yeah, like Fu Bachita does the colors, Danny Menke does the inks. There's one thing I gotta say about this particular trade. There is this quote. It says, Scott Snyder has reinvented Batman, deepening and humanizing the Dark Knight Smith like no one since Frank Miller in the 1980s. Really? I mean, that quote just disrespects every single writer after Frank Miller. People like Max Allan Collins, Doug Mowick, Jim Starlin, Chuck Dixon, Ed Brubaker, Joe Winnick, Grant Morrison, even Tony S. Daniel. That quote just disrespects every single writer who came afterwards. Saying that first time since the 80s? No, Batman's been doing awesome these years. Yes, if you read the main Batman title, it's an awesome series. That quote is completely taken way out of context. And it's not the first time DC has done that for their trades. They did the same thing for The Culling, Rise of the Ravengers. Yeah, they took a quote out of context. Oh, here's one for you. From the Nerdist. That was from the New York Times. Why is Gotham City crumbling a mess? Well, it's mostly the Batman writer Scott Snyder put the city through wrinkling time again. It's second stories like Court of Owls, Death of the Family, and now Endgame. Forgot Zero Year, and the 2-part Clayface story, and Night of Owls. Once again, ignoring like Night of Owls was even though it's a continuation of Court of Owls, still good story, and ignoring Zero Year. I don't know why. Batman's New Direction gets off to a great start with some strong characterization. Okay, that quote was fine. IGN, that's actually a pretty good quote. This is the Snyder and Capullo show, the work of two men at the top of their games. They've never been more confident storytelling. That one's fine. Jumping on point from one of the best creative teams that Batman's ever had. Okay, the first 3 quotes are perfectly fine. The other 2 quotes are just disrespectful. Yeah, I don't know why they put 5 quotes on the back of this trade. Yeah. Here's something interesting, though, for some people who probably didn't know this. But, when this Batman showed up, when this image was released, let me show you when people saw this as a promotional image for Batman #1, guess what happened? People stopped reading Batman because that's not Bruce Wayne. Okay? Now people thought this was going to be a robot replacing Batman. No, it's Jim Gordon. Yes, Jim Gordon is replacing Batman. But this only happens for 10 issues. And then he's right back and bringing back. But I will spoil that when I get to the second trade whenever it comes out. But the Prime trade is Volume 9, Superheavy Part 2. But this is still, I mean, this half of the story, the first half is actually pretty good. It's well written, got a lot of good artwork in here. And I don't know why people oh, it's not Bruce Wayne, so I'm not going to read it. People were, I think the reason why they brought back Bruce Wayne as Batman is probably because DC was getting scared of the sales figures for this series. Because after Endgame, I think that the sales for the series dropped like a rock. I mean, they were still selling, this was still a selling title, but I think they were actually lower than they were before Endgame. Yeah. I think that they were. That's probably the reason why that DC didn't keep this particular thing around for too long. In my personal opinion, okay, I have been reading this since issue 1 of Batman. This form for Batman, I've read since issue 1. I own almost every single issue that's come out for this particular series since the series was relaunched back in 2011. Yeah, I own almost every single one except about 10 issues. Here's the thing. I don't have a problem with this story. I don't know why people have a problem with this story. They think it's boring. Oh, it just moves at a snail's pace. Look, okay, I liked the story. I really do. For this particular trade, I own 2 of the issues that are reprinted in this trade. I own 41 and 43 and 44. I do not own 42 or 45. I read the issues online, and I liked it. And I especially like this trade, despite the dumb quotes. The 2 of the quotes are really dumb. But this is good. I don't know why people didn't want to read this. Because you have a mech Batman? Really? Last time I checked, this is not the first time ever Batman said had a mech suit. Oh, let me think. You got Dark Knight Returns. He wore a mech suit in that one. And even the most recent film, Batman v Superman, he wore a mech suit. May not be like this. And yes, I do know for a fact that this suit did show up in the Batman Beyond series by Dan Jurgens. I know that because I read the series. But here's the thing. I like the story. Heck, the person who Jim Gordon reports to happens to be and there's a Batman Beyond connection in here too. Because even though it's not reprinted here in the annual, it's revealed that her nephew is Derek Powers. Now, why does that name sound so familiar? Oh yes, it's Blight from Batman Beyond. Yes. So you have a character in here who has a distinct connection to Batman Beyond via being his aunt. Yeah, and I don't have a problem with the character at all. The character's very nicely. You got Harvey Bullock show up in here once, and you have the Penguin show up in here too, which he apparently gets killed, though I know for a fact he's still alive in other books. Okay, but despite that, this is really enjoyable. I don't know why people didn't want to read this. They think that this is a dumb idea. I mean, this particular story was Scott Snyder's Greg Capullo's final story for the Batman series, because Greg Capullo was leaving to do some project, but here's the thing. According to some solicits I saw, 52 is not going to be written by Scott Snyder. It's according to solicits, the writer for that book is James Tynion IV, who's going to be doing Tita Comics. But where's Scott Snyder going? He's going to All-Star Batman. And he's taking John Romita Jr. and Sean Murphy. with him in that series, where basically Batman, if you see pictures of it, he's got a humongous batarang. I'm not kidding about this. Now, one of the big joke in here at the beginning, which I do own the sneak preview issue, which if you read this, now this is from the sneak preview issue, by the way. Does this look anything like James Gordon? No. Basically, what they did with James Gordon is they have him shave him down to like a mohawk. And they have him get rid of the mustache. Heck, when he guest starred in the Batgirl series, heck, Barbara pointed out the fact that he shaved off his mustache, and she wanted him to grow it back. And here's the thing: he does grow it back when he starts being Batman. Yes, but I'll spoil that when that trade comes out. But this is good. I give this a 9.25 out of 10. It's good. Just take a look at it and see how you feel about it. Okay? Alright, that's it for this episode. Stay tuned for the next episode, which should be episode 221 and Doubleshot number 154. Okay? Till then, see you there. Bye.